Hello, I'm Eleanor Hayes from Birthzang, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about anxiety in pregnancy and give you my top 5 tips to try to avoid it or reduce it. Many people really want to get pregnant, and when they find out they are, it's completely wonderful, and they couldn't be happier. But interestingly enough, there are lots of ways in which anxiety can creep up on you, whether it's worrying about what to eat, worrying about the health of the baby, worrying about whether any activities that you're doing might be affecting the baby, or just generally unexplained anxiety. And it's really easy to let it get on top of you, but there's a lot of things that you can do. First of all, I think the most important thing is to try and get lots of regular exercise. This helps your body stay in shape. It helps to also regulate your hormones, which have a huge amount of effect on your mood whilst you're pregnant, and that only increases as the pregnancy goes along. It's also really important to try to relax. Easier said than done. Take some time out to have some me time, have some nice baths, have a bit of, R&R, go to a spa. And of course, pregnancy yoga is a fantastic way of spending a bit of time focusing on yourself and focusing on your baby. And every good pregnancy yoga class has a lovely section of relaxation at the end. And you tick a bit of the exercise box as well there. The third tip for reducing anxiety during pregnancy is to try and share concerns with your partner. Now, often, dads don't have quite the same kind of feelings about a pregnancy, particularly in the earlier stages. Many may not understand about the anxieties and how to help you stop feeling anxious, but actually sharing your concerns with them is a really important way to help them understand how you're feeling. They may well be full of fantastic suggestions of things that you can both do to try and mitigate that anxiety. Another really helpful way, if you like living in the online world, is to join some kind of support group. And there are all kinds of support groups available. Websites such as Baby Centre and NetMums often have forums for discussion, although it's worth bearing in mind that many of them are publicly searchable via Google. So whatever you say there is in the public domain. Another option maybe is to look at Facebook support groups. They are closed, which means that only the people who post in them can see them. And I personally have had a lot of advice and support from members of birth support groups that I've been, either for home birth support or people who are having babies a similar age, or just general support groups. And perhaps it's worth knowing that Birthzang does run a support Facebook group called Birthzang Mums Club, and if you look that up in Facebook, you're welcome to join. The final thing is, if you're finding your anxiety is really getting on top of you and is really too much and starting to interfere with your daily life, then it's really advisable to turn to your midwife or in fact your GP and talk to them about it, and just make sure that you're not actually experiencing any depression. I hope these tips have helped, and I hope you go on to have an anxiety-free pregnancy.